We got a big update for you on the upcoming Corey Taylor solo release, and you don't want to miss it. Plus, we've got news on Marilyn Manson in the studio with a very big hip-hop artist, Taylor Swift, feuding with the rock musician, and so much more. Stick with us. Welcome to Rock Feed. Thanks so much for joining us. If you're new here, please consider subscribing with notifications on so you don't miss out on breaking news and updates. If you're one of the 70+% who are watching the show every day but don't subscribe, you can really help us out. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. Let's move on and talk about Marilyn Manson, currently in the studio working on new music with A AP Ferg. A AP Ferg is a very big hip-hop artist, and he currently has a whopping 9.2 million monthly listeners on Spotify. That is massive, virtually bigger than any rock band out there today. And so this is what Marilyn Manson posted on his Instagram. Marilyn Manson and A AP Ferg in the studio tonight. It's going to be interesting. By the way, that post got 230,000 likes on Instagram. That is insane. So it's going to be really exciting to see what they're cooking up in the studio. And as we've talked about recently, Marilyn Manson is reportedly finishing up an album, or has finished up an album and has begun teasing this. So we're looking forward to that. There's a lot of hip-hop crossover happening right now. We're going to talk about more of that later. But before I do so, I want to get to a situation right now involving Taylor Swift and a rock musician who is claiming that she bit his album art. Take a look at this. My friends over at Metal Injection posted Feud of the Year. N9ne calls out Taylor Swift for similar artwork. I hope I'm pronouncing that properly. So, as Rob posted, "No, what are you doing? You're starting a flame war with one of the fiercest online army of trolls out there, Swifties, aka Taylor Swift fans." On Friday, Taylor Swift released a surprise album named Folklore, and metal fans immediately noticed the similarity in album art to black metal album covers. The artwork featured Taylor obscured by a forest of trees in black and white. So N9ne posted this on his Instagram. Now, look at that comparison. On the right is his album artwork. On the left is Taylor Swift's Folklore. He wrote, "So anyone check out the new Taylor Swift yet? Personally, I like the design. Well, folks, I'm not the only one to think that Taylor Swift's new visual is very metal, even very close to N9ne's artwork I made. I could have done it for her, probably a lot cheaper for what she paid." Yeah, she probably did pay a lot. Interesting story about Taylor Swift. This is how big of an artist she is. Her label found out the same day that we all did that she was releasing this album. There are reports that said that 15 hours before the album was released, they received a list of files from the album to prevent any leaks, and they had to go with it that day. Now that tells you how powerful Taylor Swift is to be able to pull something off like that. That is absolutely monumental. So let's move on. The world lost a brilliant broadcaster over the weekend. Obviously, I'm talking about Regis Philbin. He is the host of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. He had Live with Regis and Kelly and Kathy and all these different people. And he was a really nice guy. And I think everybody has nice things to say about him. And so in his memory, I wanted to put up a clip of the time that he tried to join Motley Crue. Here's a little clip of that.
You were coming on the show, and I said to myself, you know, I would really want to be a member of the Motley Crue. So I'm studying the piano, and I got this. This is called Pre-Time Piano Rock and Roll.
Rock and roll.
This is rock and roll. Now this is a song.
It's gonna be scary.
This is a song that we all sang as boys. Even you guys were once boys. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, no.
This is called Old MacDonald. Well, wait a minute. Hey! With a rock beat. A rock beat.
Here we go.
Your game, Mick?
I'm ready.
You'd like me to go on the road with you, wouldn't you?
Right. That's right.
Old MacDonald. Now listen to this. Play his music round the clock. Shooby-dooby.
All right, and moving on. Skillet performed a show down in Arkansas last night, and it was a outdoor open-air performance. Now, there have been people who have performed shows outdoors. There hasn't been social distancing, things like that. It does look like to me that Skillet really made an effort to try to make this a safe environment for their fans. There was social distancing in the crowd. Here is a little bit from that show last night. You had Skillet perform, Ledger, which is their drummer. She has a solo project that's pretty good. And yeah, this is Skillet performing down in Arkansas outside. Something you would see similar to maybe a drive-in concert, but people are spread out apart. And let's move on to this story about Corey Taylor. I've got an exclusive here about the upcoming Corey Taylor solo project. Now, you've seen teases from this music video shoot, and you know that this new song is going to come out on the 29th. So here are some behind-the-scenes photos from Knotfest, where you can see Corey. He's got that title belt there, and you've got this little, like, it looks like he's in front of like a carnival or something. And really high-quality pictures there by Gina Joy Chong. Here he is on set again. Got him playing with the full band as well. So that's a nice teaser, but that's not what we're here to talk about today. We have an image that has been sent to us, and then I've been able to verify the authenticity of it. This is the single that Corey Taylor is going to be dropping this week. It says Black Eyes Blue from what appears to be the name of the solo album, CMFT Must Be Stopped, featuring N9ne and Kid Bookie. So you have Kid Bookie, who is the hip-hop artist from the UK, and obviously N9ne, a hip-hop legend, working with Corey Taylor on this, which seems to indicate that this is going to be maybe a hip-hop-centric song. And again, there has also been speculation that he may be releasing 2 songs on the 29th. So we're going to have to wait and see, but we do know that at least one of them is going to be this song, Black Eyes Blue, from what we believe to now be the album CMFT Must Be Stopped. Again, N9ne and Kid Bookie, very talented artists. If you don't remember Kid Bookie, this is the guy who did a track on his own with Corey a year or so ago, and it was a very good track. I've had the chance to talk to Kid Bookie a couple times. Really cool dude and really on the rise right now. So this is just one of many examples of Corey walking the walk when it comes to trying to work with younger artists and help them develop. So that is very cool and speaks a lot to his personal character. So it's exciting. This album Corey has described in previous interviews as fun. You put this on when you want to feel good, he told Knotfest, and one is the overall Crusher single, really great with a big album vibe, and the other one is just as fun on the other end of the spectrum that people are going to hear and they're going to lose their minds. So this is very exciting again, and we're going to have to wait and see what comes out on Wednesday. But we do know one of them is going to be this song here with N9ne and Kid Bookie. All right, so you're still here. I've got a bonus story for you because I misordered things, and this involves Korn. Korn has been teasing something on their social media, and it has been this image here on their Twitter account. It is scrambled letterings, and you can see the comments. And I've seen this on multiple social accounts where it says that it is a scrambled version of "The Devil Went Down to Georgia" when you mix the letters up. Now, what do we know about this? We know that back in May, members of Korn gave an interview to Metal Hammer where they described this covers album that they've been sitting on, and they said maybe the pandemic will give us time to work on this Korn Covers album. We know they've been banking this for years. They've been working on this for years. And to me, it looks very likely that we're actually going to be getting this Korn Covers album. It's going to be a lot of fun. Anytime a band like Korn comes out and is dropping covers, you know that they're going to apply their sound to popular music, and it's going to be interesting and fun and different. And, you know, for everyone who wants original Korn music, you've got that too. They just recently dropped an album, so the best of both worlds as far as I'm concerned. And Korn has always been willing to experiment. I personally was a big fan of that dubstep album they did a few years ago. So that is all for now. Thanks so much for joining us again. Please subscribe with notifications on in case you haven't, so you don't miss breaking news and updates. And thanks so much for joining us today, and we'll see you all very soon.